Hello, I'm Laura Phillips. I'm a barrister at Gough Square Chambers, specialising in regulatory law. I'm going to talk to you today about the prosecution of individuals for health and safety offences. I'm going to start with offences by directors and senior managers under Section 37 of the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974, because that is generally the most common route to prosecution for individuals. I'm then going to talk about gross negligence manslaughter, because prosecutions for that offence have become more common in recent years. I'm then going to talk about the penalties individuals face if convicted of a health and safety offence. And finally, I'm going to come on to strategies for dealing with enforcement investigations, prosecutions and sentencing hearings, because ultimately the goal is to avoid an individual being prosecuted altogether. So let's start with Section 37 of the Health and Safety at Work Act. Just to remind you what that says. Where an offence under any of the relevant statutory provisions committed by a body corporate is proved to have been committed with the consent or connivance of, or to be attributable to any neglect on the part of any director, manager, secretary, or other person who is purporting to act in such a capacity, he, as well as the body corporate, shall be liable to be proceeded against and punished accordingly. So let's break that down into its elements, what the prosecution has to prove. First, prosecution has to prove that a health and safety offence has been committed by the relevant company. Second, that the defendant is a director or senior manager of that company or purporting to act in such capacity. And third, that the offence by the company was committed with the consent or connivance of or was attributable to the neglect of the defendant. I'm going to go through each of those in turn.